Hey guys, it's Marissa. We're on video number 3 in the Honeybee Sweet Treats online classroom, and we're going to make this fun little bun box. So I've cut my designer series paper. You can choose any pattern you want. I'm staying true to the samples here. This is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2, and you cut that from your package of designer series paper. And then in your package, you're gonna find a little kit with your bun box. It'll be labeled for you so you'll know which one you're looking for. You need that kit. If you don't have the kit, that's all right. You can follow right along with the printable project sheets. They'll have all the measurements and everything. And I try to give you measurements as we go too. So if you didn't get the kit, no big deal. Now we've got our roll of terracotta scallop ribbon, but in video number 2 we did a little bow, a little scallop bow like this one. We only used half of the ribbon, so let's real quick while we're on the subject here, just show you. You want to cut down maybe 9 inches, 10 inches if you need a little extra for dexterity, and you're going to cut the scallop edge off, and then you've turned 10 inches of ribbon into 20 inches of ribbon. It's a really nice way to add variety and to stretch your product. When you get a wide ribbon like this, you can cut it right down. Now the centerpiece here, we're going to toss that one away because that unravels really easy. You could hold on to it if you wanted to. It'd be cute as like a little fabric piece on a card, like if you glued it down. You can tie it. If you tie it once and tie it carefully, you might be able to use it, but it does ravel on from the edges easier than the scallops do. See how it gets all frayed really easily? But you can get creative with that centerpiece too, and then you'd really be stretching your ribbon. So the first thing we do after cutting down the edge is just to see if there's any little pieces that are gonna unravel from the ends. Got a little crooked at the end there. There we go. And then we're gonna tie a bow. So you want the right side out, and you just fold it. Don't twist anything here. Go over the top. This is the only place you're gonna see the wrong side. Meet your fingertips and tuck through. Then you'll have 2 loops in one tail that are all face up. Give a little finesse here. Don't lock it down yet though. If you've got any little places that are fraying, well, it's loose enough here, you can kind of clean those edges up. Got one here that doesn't want to pull, so I'll just clean it up with scissors. There. So we've got 2 right sides on our loops. One tail is right side. Twist, pull, and now you've got a completely terracotta tile little scallop trim bow. We'll set that aside and take a look at what's in the kit here. Got cardstock pieces. We do a lot of your die cutting and punching and scoring and everything ahead of time. We don't do any die cutting from the featured bundle or any stamping from the featured bundle. That's for you. Got 2 little Whisper White flowers here. We cut those ahead of time for you with the small bloom punch. We've got a mint macaron leaf. Cut that ahead of time with the now retired and sold out leaf punch. We've got, we talked about our designer series paper. We've got a piece of Whisper White here. This is just a scrap, but for a rule of thumb, this is about 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. That's for your bees. Got a piece of So Saffron for our hive. This is about 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. Any scraps you have will do for those. We're just gonna cut, stamp and die cut. You'll want to cut a Whisper White cardstock circle, 2 7/8 inch stitched from Whisper White. And then you'll want to cut a soft suede scallop circle, 3 1/16 from layering circles. So this one's layering circles, this one's stitched shapes. Your box base here, let's take a look at that one next, and we'll do a little bit of scoring and trimming. For those of you who want to make this box more than once, yep, you've got your kit with the one that's in there, or for those of you who are making it on your own, there's a box template, the picture's on the printable project sheet. Got 10.5 inches by 6 inches here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into our Simply Scored tool. Oh, I almost lost it. Be careful. 1/4 inch terracotta tile circle. That's for the center of your flower. Pop that in the Simply Scored tool, and we're gonna score on the 10.5 inch side at 1/2, at 4 1/4, at 5 1/2, and at 9 1/4. And those measurements are noted on the template, and they're in the project sheet. And let's rotate 90 degrees. This time we're going to the left. We're gonna score at 1 1/4, 4 1/4, and 5 1/2. All right, scoring's all done. Let's go ahead and work those scores with a bone folder. Gonna work all of our horizontal and vertical folds, and then we'll trim away to make our box base. All right, so the top of our box has the 2 scores, the bottom has 1 score. And here's our template. We'll follow right along. We're going to cut out, ooh, not with ribbon scissors, tisk tisk. Let's find a pair of paper scissors. We're going to cut out this skinny little rectangle at the bottom of the box. Cut at a little bit of an angle, and then cut it out at a little bit of an angle. Same thing up at the top here. We've got now 2, a little square, a long rectangle. Let's cut those guys out, and then cut a little beveled cut. Now we've made our glue tab for the side of the box. At the bottom of the box, we're gonna simply cut apart with a little dart all these little score lines. So cut out the score line, stop when you hit the intersecting one. Let's go ahead and cut out. So here's our rectangle at the top of our box. Here's our fold and our tab. Let's go ahead and cut out this little score line the same way we did the bottom ones, only we're gonna stop at the second intersecting score line. Do that again. Stop at the second intersecting score line. Don't take the dart out this time. And this one. Stop at the second intersecting score line. Don't take the dart out this time. I'm going to rotate and run this little tab. I'm going to cut off at the first score line. At the next segment here, I'm going to take this out completely. So just cut along the score line here. If you're more comfortable putting this back into your paper trimmer for a straight cut, feel free to do that. So we'll cut out these 2 long rectangles here. Then we're going to cut again on this score line and take away that little rectangle. So this is your bun box. Clear away the scraps. Grab a corner rounder of your choice. I'm gonna go with little 1/4 inch round corners here for the tuck tab of our box. And now we need some tear and tape adhesive. We're going to, with the top tab on your right side, so with the outside of the box, you're going to run some tear and tape along with glue tab. Okay, so we've got the strip of tear and tape adhesive on our side. Same. Now, just ran out of tear and tape. This is the front of our box here. So what you want to do is lift the bottom front tab and add some tear and tape adhesive across. So there's your glue position for this guy. Okay, so we've got glue tab on the side, glue tab on the bottom, and I need to take your pick tool. Let's peel the release paper on the side tab. We're gonna fold that one, not at the score line, the first one, but at the second score line. Then we'll fold at the last score line, and we're going to bring this little box together. Just line up your horizontal scores and the edge of your cardstock with the vertical score. Now at this point you could store this box flat if you wanted to, and it's ready to decorate later. But we're gonna decorate it right now, so pop it open, side tabs in, back to the front. Let's peel this guy. We'll fold the front tab to the back. That way it's nice and clean across the front. I like to use my bone folder here to burnish that adhesive. This guy is ready for a treat. You can tuck it in at this point, fold it up. Cute little box, right? Let's adhere our designer series paper to the front of the box. Got some multi-purpose liquid glue for that. And it'll be centered. Nice little pear pizzazz border all the way around the box. Burnish that guy down. Cuties. Slide the boxes aside. Let's do some stamping. I got my circle and my soft suede. We're going to use this awesome Wishing You Sunshine and Happiness, this curved greeting. It's one of the things that I think is so unique and fun about the Honeybee stamp set. We'll stamp that right up along the top as close to the stitches as we can get. Cute. Then our scrap, we need a big bee and a little bee, also in soft suede. Get that big guy. Doesn't he stamp so beautiful? Look at the details of those wings. Love this. And then the little guy. Set that aside. We're gonna have to die cut that in a minute. We'll switch now from soft suede to Daffodil Delight ink. And I've got the hive image and my scrap of So Saffron. I'm gonna go ahead and ink this guy up. Get it good and inky. Got Daffodil Delight ink on So Saffron cardstock. Give it a minute to just let the ink transfer. Moderate pressure and just slowly roll a little bit. Let the ink transfer to the cardstock. Time to clear the way for the big shot. Do a little die cutting. We can do the die cutting for this box in one pass. From the detailed bees, I have my little hive. I've got big bees and little bees. We're gonna run them through all at one time. Make sure when you line up your Stampin' Up! Dies that your die is right against all of the edges of your image. So I like to do a little spot check. So for this guy, I might check the tops of both wings and then the bottom of all four legs. I'll check his antennas. We don't want to see any white space around. When I've got placement that I like, I use a little bit of low tack tape. I'm using up the ends of lots of washi tape rolls, all different ones that have seen their better days. Give these guys a crank. Two bees and a hive, all done. Let's get the big shot out of the way. Gonna bring in our Sunshine and Happiness panel. Some mini dimensionals. Our hive is gonna nest in underneath Wishing You Sunshine and Happiness. And then we're going to adhere to our soft suede scallop. Once you've got all your layers together, then you're gonna get really brave. Grab your scissors and cut off the bottom of the circle and scallop circle right along the bottom of the hive. Makes a nicer balance for decorating our box. Let's go ahead and adhere that. So the bottom of this little decorative piece is going along the edge of our designer series paper, and just glue it to the box. Slide to the side. We're gonna build another one of those little flowers. You know what to do now. All right, we've built our sweet little layered flower. Let's trim a little bit of the stem away. And we're gonna add some multi-purpose liquid glue on the stem. And we're gonna pop that little flower right on the stem. Glue it together, make it all one piece. Time for our coloring, and you know how to color these guys now. Little So Saffron with a little So Saffron shadow. Haha. All right, now we're gonna get a little wild this time with our bees. Got our big bee here. We're gonna hold about where the legs end and fold up the wings. Gonna add a little multi-purpose liquid glue on the body of the bee. Slide them both in here so you can see our sample. We're gonna add our bee onto the hive, our big bee. Don't smash the wings down. We like those lifted. Do the same with just a little bit of lift on the little guy's wings. Grab a mini dimensional. Pop that guy on the box. Don't cover your sentiment. Now here we need a little bit of support on the end of the leaves because that's going to be off the side of the hive. The hive is already one-dimensional high, so we're going to add dimensional on the leaf but multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of the flower. Tuck it in, don't cover happiness, and leave a little room for the bow. Good. We're getting there. Here's your little terracotta tile bow. It's a little generous. I'm going to trim it down a little bit. Mini glue dot, roll it back. Okay. Pop that on, and I want it up underneath the petals of my flower just a little bit. Budge it up tight. So cute. Now, the last touch, my favorite part, these gilded gems. They're really growing on me the more that I use them, and especially with the honeybee. They've got that warm golden color that's so nice with the honeybees. I'm gonna do one of the large ones, and I'm gonna tuck that guy right up against my flower, mostly sticking out. And then I'm gonna do a little one. Put it on the flower center, off center, and then one kind of floating up off the beehive. There's my bling. Wishing you sunshine and happiness. Wishing you sunshine and happiness. That's project number 3 in the Kitchen Table Stamper Online Classroom. I'll meet you for video number 4 in the Kitchen Table Online Classroom. We'll make this cute little double pocket tea treat. Thanks for being a part of the online classroom. If you've got questions about anything, reach out, Marissa at kitchentablestamper.com. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.